Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and we are back on the range today. It's a reasonably cool morning this morning. It's only about 80 degrees right now. Going to be 100 a little bit later on. So we're going to try to get some rounds down range before it gets too hot and melts my barrel. So, sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. Okay, well, I was getting the target cam set up. Last time out, we shot the 153 grain A-tips with basically the same charge we shot the 147s with, first time using the US869. Not getting very much speed out of a US869 with either bullet and standard primers. So I've gone back to the 147s. I've bumped the charge up a little bit into the next tier, and we're going to try Magnum primers today. See if we get a little bit more oomph out of the US869. So, give me another minute to get set up, get the chronograph up, and we'll get to shooting. Okay, we got the target camera on, we got the chronograph on, we got Yelp on, and we've got 3 rounds of the 147 grain ELD being pushed by 62.5 grains of US869 with a Magnum primer. We're going to see if we pick up any speed, any group tightening. Make sure I'm over the chronograph. Okay, 62.5 grains US869 will be on the upper left dot.
2644.
2644. Chronograph lady scared me, taking her sweet time to tell us how fast we went. Thought maybe I'd missed the chronograph again.
$2,657.
2657.
$2,650.
2650. That seems like it had a pretty good extreme spread. Our average is 2650, our extreme spread is 13, and our standard deviation is 5. And it looks like about a 0.6 inch group maybe. Very good. It's very still this morning. The barrel got warm on those 3 shots. Chamber's still cool, but the barrel out here is a little bit warm. So we're going to shoot the next 3 and then let it cool a little bit. Next 3 are going to be 63.0 grains of US869. And we're still pushing the 147 grain ELD. Okay. 63.0 grains of US869 will be fired on the upper right dot. Here we go.
$2,688.
2688.
2,672.
2672. I think I short stroked it. Yep.
$2,703.
Caught myself holding my breath on that one. 2703. Holding my breath and jerked the trigger. Ruined the group. And gave us 2687 for average, 31 extreme spread, and 13 for standard deviation. Okay, well, we've let the barrel cool for a little bit. During that period of time, I drank some coffee, loaded the magazine, went down, looked at the target, and scowled at myself about holding my breath. I know better than that. Barrel's cooled off nicely. And we're going to continue with 63.5 grains of US869, pushing the 147 grain ELD, using Magnum primers. And I also did check the brass, and we are still getting carbon here at the case neck, so it's just not sealing real well. But this will be 63.5 grains of US869. Going on the center dot. And once again, just to remind everybody, those dots down there are ½ inch, and I'm not necessarily trying to hit the dot, it is just an aiming point. Okay, 63.5.
$2,732.
2732.
$2,718.
2718.
$2,725.
2725. Grass is still looking real good. Our average 2725, our extreme spread 14, and our standard deviation is 6. So right now, here halfway through this test, I'm going to say Magnum primers are the way to go. So we're going to continue on here. This will be 64 grains of US869. Pushing the 147 ELD. Make sure we are over the chronograph. Good. Okay, and this will be on the bottom left target. Bottom left target, 64 grains US869.
$2,778.
2778. Shot number 2, bottom left target, 27 or US869.
$2,738.
2738.
$2,745.
2745. gave us an average of 27.58, extreme spread of 40, standard deviation 17, and that looked like a pretty good group. And our last group for the day is going to be 64.5. Double check my notes. Yes, 64.5 grains of US869, pushing 147 grain Hornady ELD. And we're going to shoot this on the bottom right target. Make sure we're over the chronograph. Don't want to be missing any data like we did last time out. Okay. Here we go. 64.5 grains US869, bottom right target.
$2,770.
2770.
$2,723.
2723.
$2,735.
2735. And I kind of jumped the trigger on that one. I bet it even shows up on video. $27.42 for an average 47-foot extreme spread and a standard deviation of 20. At least we're starting to get some speed out of the US869. Alrighty, I pulled the target and brought my measuring device. So we've got our US869 147 grain ELD using Magnum primers. 62.5 grains gave us a 0.772 inch group. 63.0, counting my jerk, gave us a 1.45 inch group, 1.43 inch group. Doesn't tell us anything because I jerked the stupid trigger. 63.5 gave us a 0.990 inch group. Two together, one out here. But 64.0 gave us a pretty decent extreme spread, if I remember correctly, and I think it gave us a pretty good standard deviation, and it gave us a 0.475 inch group with 2 rounds touching. And then 64.5 gave us a 0.613 inch group. Not seeing any pressure signs yet. I think we will continue on with the US869 and Magnum primers, and I believe the book says our max load is like in the 66 and a half grain range somewhere. So we'll continue on towards book max. Alrighty, y'all. Well, it looks like we made some headway with the US869. Magnum primers seem to be the trick. We're almost up to 2,800 feet per second. And getting a couple of okay groups out there. I think we will continue on with the US869 using Magnum primers and head towards the book max and see what we can top out at. This has been a long process. I'm a little over 200 rounds in on this rifle now, and we still haven't touched a factory round. And now I need to start getting ready to actually hunt with this gun, which means I got to make some hunting rounds, which have to be solid copper here in this state. So, I guess we know what we're going to be shooting next time out. All that being said, once again, I'd like to remind y'all, stay strapped or get clapped. Carry everywhere you can. Get a CCW if you need one. If you're in a constitutional carry state, I would still recommend getting the CCW because you may travel. You are your own protection. So until next time, y'all stay safe. Keep shooting. We'll catch you next time.
Send it. Hit.